Hi, I'm Jerry Helling. I'm the President and Creative Director of Bernhardt Design. I'm here with Design Milk for DMTV's Milkshake. For those of you who aren't familiar with Bernhardt Design, we are a family-owned furniture company based in North Carolina and just celebrated over 130 years making furniture. We have the pleasure or honor of working with an amazing array of talented, creative people from around the globe. So our company is a little bit of a melting pot of many different ideas and inspirations. So let's move to the question segment of this, and we have the Georg Jensen bowl, a wooden bowl, which is really nice. And let's see what we have. What is something you wish was taught in design schools that's not? Okay, I'm not certain this isn't taught in some design schools, but I think one of the two things are probably really important to me to prepare young designers. The first one is training and focus on how to communicate, how to sell your ideas, your concepts, yourself, how to present to people in a way that really resonates with them. And often that means breaking the design school my syndrome about it's my idea, my concept, this is why I think it's good. When you enter into commercial design, you really have to approach it from the focus of what works for a customer, a client, and what works for any brand you might be wanting to work with. So communication, I think, is just crucial because it doesn't necessarily come naturally to many designers who are focused on design, and communicating might be a learned skill that you have to learn. The second is just the business of design. So many graduates are having to start or choosing to start their own practices, sometimes as designers, sometimes as makers. And it's really important that you understand business concepts of what it's like to run your own business. Even if you're working for a big company, the idea of understanding business to go along with the principles of design and creativity, I think is really important. So that would be number one. Let's go back to the bowl. What has been the most unexpected aspect of Bernhardt Design's collaboration with Terry Crews? Well, I can make this one really short and say everything. It has been such a pleasure to work and collaborate with Terry Crews. I guess first of all, he is just an amazing human being. He is so motivating and inspirational, and you can't leave a session where you've been working with him not feeling better. So he's a great person. I guess I was surprised, but I shouldn't be looking at his physique, how disciplined he is and how he is able to focus so intently on projects and work so hard. And he has an amazing work ethic. Another probably little surprise was I knew he was creative in so many fields. I didn't realize just how many. How he could move from the morning working on Brooklyn Nine-Nine as an actor, and then in the afternoon move into creating this incredible interactive children's book. In the evening, work on a screenplay on a subject that I knew nothing about that is incredibly relevant, and still make time for design. And that was probably the biggest surprise or unexpected. I knew he was really into design, but I didn't realize his breadth of knowledge and his passion for design. So I guess I'm honored that he carves out so much time to devote to design, as busy as he is. Okay, should we try another one? Do you think design can change the world? How have your experiences with the carrot concept shaped that belief? That is a tall order for anything to be able to change the world, and a really tall order for design. I do believe that design can have a major impact on individuals, and it all starts with people. So design is kind of a big umbrella, but it starts with us as people, and design can have an incredibly positive impact. That's been very obvious in the work I've done over the past 10 or 12 years in El Salvador. And most of that work has been focused on creating opportunities for designers, craftsmen, economic improvements, and has been really rewarding. However, at the moment, the project I wish people knew more about is something called the Flashlight Collective, that was started by this incredibly talented designer in San Salvador, Roberto Juarez, and his partner. And it's focused on the community, and it's focused on young people. It targets 10 to 15-year-old young people in the poorest and most impoverished neighborhoods or barrios in San Salvador. And it's very community driven. They made their entree into these communities actually through the nuns, because they were kind of a safe haven. And these young kids, they don't see an alternative to the gangs, the drugs, the violence. And the Flashlight Collective is about introducing them to design. And it's very broad reaching. They find a community space, and the kids are part of designing the space and expressing themselves. They have field trips to museums, they have making classes, they have all kinds of programs that really immerse these young people in design. And to me, this is the kind of program that is community focused. It's driven from the heart of the community. The young people then become mentors for even younger people that come into the program. So it's self-sustaining, and that is a way to really make an impact, which I think at the end of the day does change the world in some way. That it's helping these, as Roberta says, helping these young people envision a future they didn't even have. So again, it's called the Flashlight Collective, and it is, I think, a model program for design really making a difference at the human level. And maybe we have time for one more here. I should have quit while I was ahead. What is the best designed object in your home? I'm under pressure to come up with a very clever answer for this one, but it's probably going to be a cliche. I do have to say, last week, you can tell I don't step foot in the kitchen very often, but I was peeling a cucumber with, I guess it's called a vegetable peeler, And I was so shocked by how wonderful this thing felt, how beautifully it was working, that I guess I was shocked I wasn't cutting my fingers off. And I started examining it, and it was like, it's really attractive. It does the job incredibly well. So I looked into this company. It's made by Axo. So that was a discovery of something that was actually great design that had an impact on me. My cliche answer is it's still my Apple TV remote. I think that is a beautiful object, and I love the simplicity of the functionality. I wish all objects were as intuitive and simple and easy to use as Apple TV remote. So I think we're probably out of time. I would like to thank you very much for joining me, and thank you to Design Milk and DMTV's Milkshake. Signing out. Bye.